Ennaku z'omwezi nga 10 omwezi ogw'omwenda nyimiridde wano kumpi ne Muzeeyi Kibalama. Amannya nze Simbwa Paul Kagombe eyali Ssaabawandiisi w'ekibiina kya National Unity Platform era omu ku batandisi baakyo. Nina essanyu nti nyimiridde okumpi ne Muzeeyi Kibalama yatandika ekibiina kino okutegeeza eggwanga lyonna Uganda ne wabweru waalyo n'abawagizi baffe bonna gye bali nti newankubadde wabaddewo ebintu ebizze nga birumira nga twerumaaluma wano ne wali bintu bingi byogeddwa, bintu bingi bikoleddwa, naye oba oli awo bibadde bikolebwa olw'embeera ebaddewo.
Running over a party constitution and a national constitution that will guide him through his struggle for leadership. I hand him with the national flag as well, so that he ever identifies with the national priorities.
I, Robert, having been duly elected to the position of party president, swearing the name of the Almighty, that I shall bear true allegiance to the National Unity Platform, and that I shall perform my duties without fear, without malice, and I will and all ill will. So help me God.
And we went through all the processes of handing over and clearing all necessary issues that would hold us back. And here we are today, where we come to unveil the cooperation, the merger, we want to call it, of the People Power Movement and National Unity Platform. Now, those who think that Kyagulanyi is only for younger people, I think are mistaken. Because I can't be counted in the younger people. We are here because of the very good ideas that Mr. Kyagulanyi has for the whole country. Honorable Kyagulanyi speaks for the young and the old. Honorable Kyagulanyi speaks for the young and the old, the men and women of Uganda. He is the voice of oppressed people. Therefore, we are very, very humbled when out of political platforms and formality, he chose to join the National Unity Platform. And eventually take over its leadership. I would explain to you that we are not here for just exchanging of colors. We are here to exchange the leadership or unveil the new leadership of this political grouping. As for me, I've done my job. 16 years steering this party. Now it's high time we hand over the party to young men, young people. Now I want to confirm to the country that recently we had a delegates conference at which Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu and the other comrades were elected as the new leaders of the National Unity Platform. As we speak now, I KIBALAMA Moses and my colleagues here, we stepped down since the day of the delegates conference. That was 14th of this month. And all formalities were sorted and ironed out. We signed all the necessary legal documents, and all the requirements with the Electoral Commission were registered. So Mr. Kyagulanyi here is the new president of National Unity Platform. So Mr. President, I wish you well with your team while you stay at this political platform forward for the good of Uganda and the future of our people to come. I thank you so much. I thought this umbrella should have been here so that I hand over officially while you witness.
The authority entrusted in me as the new leader of the National Unity Platform, I give you a go-ahead to fly your umbrella. Like we've said before, God is in this. It is just as soon as we raise up the umbrellas, then the rain starts falling.
You pay with your life.
They told you pay with your life. When we go to the right to
you pay with your life.
I know. Finally, Koja, the people will stand with you if you stand with them. Don't be intimidated. Don't be intimidated. They cannot kill you if you stand. If the people stand with you, they cannot kill you.
Good. Now, gentlemen, when you were running this political party, were you running it for purposes of accessing power to govern, to manage the affairs of Ugandans?
Yes.
As we speak, is your party making progress in that direction? And you are an officer of the same party.
The party is making progress.
It's making progress. Are you still a member of this party? Yes, no?
I am.
Who is your president?
It is Honorable Kyagulanyi.
Is he making progress in this party? And are you happy with his performance thereafter?
He is making progress.
He's making. Are you happy with his progress now? With his performance now? And of course, you're part of the team. So are you happy with the progress you are making?
This is where the contention now comes. When we came from Kachiri, we had agreed upon a number of things. One of them was to organize for an extraordinary delegates conference where we shall fill up the elective positions of the platform. Pardon?
The vacant position.
Yes. And I kept on guiding to have...
Which are those positions, by the way,
that were not filled up?
Have remained vacant?
There are quite many.
Okay.
There are quite many.
Like which one? Can you remember?
There is a position of National Mobilization Secretary. There is a position of Secretary for Youth, Secretary for Women.
Okay.
What else?
Before you leave the witness box, one, if you got the $5 million these people promised, if the positions were filled, would you happy and would you go back and happily serve with the colleagues in the party?
I wouldn't.
Who is the Secretary General of National Unity Platform?
The Secretary General is David Lewis.
Is David Lewis?
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Which positions did you say are missing? Did you say national mobilization? Okay. Look at this document. Do you recognize the signature on that document? Down there. My Lord, I'm going to address you on this. Do you recognize that signature?
Yeah, I do.
Whose signature is that?
This is my signature.
What is your name? Kagombe.
My name is Simbwa Paul Kagombe.
Okay. What is, and did you recognize the other signature?
This?
Yes.
This is KIBALAMA Moses.
And that was your president. You signed it as, don't turn the page, you confuse the progress. What did you sign as?
I signed as the outgoing Secretary General.
Okay. Read the document, report.
This is National Unity Platform.
Yes.
Reference 242/26. The 20th of July 2020. The Secretary, Electoral Commission, Kampala, Uganda. Introduction of the elected platform leadership. At the delegates conference of the platform held at Kachiri Gardens and Hotel on the 14th of July 2020, the following persons were elected to the corresponding positions.
Read them.
Roman number 1, President Kyagulanyi Ssentamu Robert. Roman number 2, David Lewis, Secretary General. At third 3, Deputy Secretary General Aisha Kabanda. 4, Secretary for Information and Spokesperson Joel Senyonyi. Secretary for Women Affairs Flavia Caroline Nabagabe. Secretary for National Mobilization Nyanzi Fred Sentamu. Senior Administrative Secretary Simbwa Paul Kagombe.
Yes, sir. Who's returning? Tell court the vacant positions. Okay, on this, read the first, look at the first letter before the one you are reading.
This first one,
Yes.
reference to
Not to who?
the Secretary Electoral Commission. Dear sir, submission of minutes for delegates conference held on the 14th July 2020 at Wakiso Gardens and Hotel.
Okay, read.
You will recall that on the 24th June 2020, we notified you of our intentions to hold a delegates conference on the 14th of July 2020. I write to inform you that the delegates conference was successful and business was conducted in accordance with our agenda. I now hereby write to attach the minutes of the said delegates conference, which include the elected leaders for the National Unity Platform in accordance with Section 11, subsection 4 of the Political Parties and Organizations Act 2005. I also hereby introduce them to you.
My Lord,
I
this
thank
is
you.
annexed here to the application itself. So you want the Electoral Commission to change whenever you have a change of mind. Is that how you want the Electoral Commission, a constitutional body, to transact business the same way? Yes, my Lord, I mean on the application. You want the Electoral Commission to change documents whenever you change your mind.
Not really.
When you why are you in court? You are in court proceeding to the application that these things change at the Electoral Commission. And the reason is you changed your mind when these people did not honor the agreement, correct?
There are factors that fuel that.
Okay. Let's wrap up. Thank you, Madam. Mr. Kagombe, do you know Basile Diffas?
Basile Diffas. I don't know him.
You don't know him?
Yes.
Do you know this gentleman called Twala Hassan?
I don't know him.
You have been Secretary General to this party.
Yes.
You don't know them.
I don't know them.
And as you referred to them in your original affidavit, you do not recognize them as members of this party.
But the first affidavit, I think I signed the second affidavit.
When you said in the first affidavit you do not know them, you do not recognize them, were you telling the truth?
I cancelled the first affidavit. That is why I signed the second affidavit.
Okay. Before you cancelled it.
So were you lying or no? That's what they're asking. In the first one, you say you don't know them, and you have repeated it.
Your Worship, I've not interacted with Basile Diffas because being a
You
secretary,
don't know them.
this is what I'm trying to substantiate about. I don't know them because having been, though I was a Secretary General in that capacity, there was no way I could have known all members of a big organization from wherever they come from.
One of
This
them
is
claims to be a youth secretary. So you're lying.
Talk.
I've said I don't know them.
By claiming to be a youth secretary, a position you have said remains vacant, was he telling a lie? He's not.
I think that comes up to him to prove whether he is.
Secretary serving in the same national executive.
But I still maintain that I don't know him.
You don't know him. So when you said in that affidavit you don't know him, you were right. Correct?
Yep.
At least until the time you cancelled that affidavit. Now a question came from court. Did you cancel it because it was a lie? That affidavit was false. Is that the reason you cancelled it? Or because you were advised later?
I didn't cancel the affidavit because of that specific point.
Why did you
Basically, I've
cancel
said it was after consultations that I changed my mind to swear another affidavit.
Where do you cancel it incidentally in this affidavit of 17th? Can you point out to court where you cancel the original affidavit?
I signed.
I am actually happy, my lord, and this is my last leg, which brings us close to the answer. So, by that one of Barungi Bayingana, are you referring to this one? Have it. I don't know, 14, okay.
Yeah, this is what I know.
This is the one you're referring to. Okay. Now this brings us close to the answer. My lord is saying he's standing by this one of 14 in miscellaneous application. Good. So, thank you, my lord, for the observation. Now, two last questions. One. Mr. Kagome, are you aware that your party has since nominated candidates for youth council, or youth councillors, and have been nominated by the Electoral Commission? Some have gone through and others have failed in the election. Senior Administrative Secretary. Do you know that youth elections have been conducted in this country by the Electoral Commission?
Yes, I know.
Are you also aware that the Electoral Commission has a roadmap?
Certainly I know.
And that it is continuous?
Yes.
Are you aware that some youth have already been elected on your ticket?
I do.
Are you happy with that?
I am.
Are you also aware that councillors have been nominated by your party to run in the national and local government elections? Yes or no?
I am aware.
Are you happy with that?
Not really.
You're not happy with it. You actually don't want them to win.
There is
Do you want them to win?
Can I make some clarification?
No. Just answer. Do you want them to win? Yes or no?
No.
You don't want them. Do you agree that they were late by your signature to join this party? By your signature alone?
They were?
That they were late to join this party by your signature alone? And that you introduced to the world a new leadership in this party that signed their nomination forms, and that they took their papers to this same Electoral Commission, National Unity Platform, to have the officers you showed to them sign their nomination papers and present to the Electoral Commission? Do you know it is your signature that led them?
I know it is my signature that led to.
And you know that when you announced to the Electoral Commission, you have announced to the entire country and the entire world.
I know.
Have you ever been the treasurer of this party?
I've not been the treasurer. I've never been.
And you agree that matters of the treasury are handled by the party treasurer?
True.
And that it could only be the party treasurer to testify on issues of facilitation for the delegates conference, and not you? Yes or no?
It is true.
Did you have the treasurer at the time of Kachiri?
At the time of Kachiri, we had a treasurer.
What was the name of that treasurer?
He was Winston Chigozi.
Has he complained to you that he did not get facilitation?
Yes.
Have you ever received accountability from him?
No accountability has ever been brought forward.
Has his complaint ever been addressed to you in writing?
No.
Fine. As you appear to be a horrendous liar, do you know the implication of that lie to the political life of this country and its citizens? Have you ever weighed them?
Yes, I do.
What could they be? Do you know just your lie can cause war in this country and millions of people perish? Yes or no?
It is true.
Do you know, do you want your party to take power?
This is where the challenge is.
Yes or no?
Which party?
The one you belong to.
This is because it is a
You're a
question.
senior administrative what?
So which part are you in?
I am
Which part are you in?
NUP.
Do you want?
What question are you asking?
I was asking because I
You
want.
said you want your party to take power, unless you have crossed. Are you now in DP? He says you want your party to take power, so now which party?
Your
You
worship,
know you belong to two parties now. Just like a very post confusion now.
your worship, I have the old party card.
Don't talk that rubbish here. You went to electoral commission and told them the new party is new. No, you can't be seen to be here saying no. We have the old party of new. You can't have old and new. When you went, you gave them, you misrepresented whatever questions you gave. They registered a new party. And now you see now you remember which party now. Then you are happy. Don't think you are all fools. You can say that in your founders, not in sport.
Do you want
the
your
party you are in, you are a senior administrative officer, and I say no, which party?
Do you want your party to take power?
Certainly, yes.
Yes. Do you want to remain an officer of this party?
Yes.
With this conduct, do you want to lead people? Do you want to lead people with this conduct? Have you been facilitated by the state since your life is about facilitation? Are you aware that in your party president, Chagulanyi, is an aspirant who has written to the Electoral Commission following your signature?
I am aware.
You are aware. And you are aware that he's busy telling Ugandans to vote your party into power.
I'm aware.
And you do not want that to happen. Do you want Chagulanyi as a member of your party? Yes or no?
Yes.
As a member of the party, does he have a right to contest for the presidency of the party?
It does has.
Does he have the right to stand as flag bearer of your party?
Yeah, the constitution allows him of the party.
The constitution of the party, and that's the national constitution.
Yeah.
And by your signature, you led him to pursue those ambitions. Correct? Or not?
Yes.
I thank you very much, and I rest.
Close to Mr. KIBALAMA, who happens to be the founder of the National Unity Platform. There has been a stand-up of between the leaders of the party, the current leadership of the party, and former leadership of the party, which has actually taken some time for like 2 years since we joined up together. But as the leaders in the party, for the good of the party and our supporters, we have come out a long journey trying to amicably sort out these things, because certain conflicts internally of the party are solvable. So we are delighted today to inform our supporters and all leaders across board that our differences have been resolved, and we are looking forward to having an amicable understanding and working together without really putting our party to jeopardy. NUP is a mass party, as you have already seen it. So we need to put this assurance forward that there shall not ever be any such kind of misunderstandings, because we have learned the party is growing, as you are seeing, and it is, we commend the leadership that they have really lived to see this come to pass. So we wish to really affirm it to the nation and our supporters that we have come to an understanding, and we are now going to be moving forward together to see that the party attains the purpose as to why it was formed. And I think that is the statement that I had to make this afternoon.
Uganda.
Tusanise okubalaba abaami n'abakyala tweyanziza olw'omukisa guno era ennaku z'omwezi nga 10 omwezi ogw'omwenda nyimiridde wano kumpi ne Muzeeyi Kibalama. Amannya nze Simbwa Paul Kagombe, eyali ssaabawandiisi w'ekibiina kya National Unity Platform era omu ku batandisi baakyo. Nina essanyu nti nyimiridde okumpi ne Muzeeyi Kibalama yatandika ekibiina kino okutegeeza eggwanga lyonna Uganda ne wabweru waalyo n'abawagizi baffe bonna gye bali nti newankubadde wabaddewo ebintu ebizze nga birumiralumira nga twerumaaluma wano ne wali bintu bingi byogeddwa, bintu bingi bikoleddwa, naye oba oli awo bibadde bikolebwa olw'embeera ebaddewo. Naye tutte akaseera ka myaka ng'ebiri nga twogerezeganya n'obukulembeze obuliwo, era tulaba nti olwaleero tufunye ekifaananyi ekituufu oluvannyuma lw'okuba nti tutuuka ku nzikiriziganya nti ddala ekibiina kirina okuba nga kigenda mu maaso, okuba nga kituukiriza ebigendererwa byakyo ebyakitondesaawo. So ffe ng'abantu ng'ate tuli bakulembeze tetusobola kubanga tuteekawo stand off ey'emirembe n'emirembe, wabula kino kifaananyi ekiraga nti NUP yatandikibwa era eriwo okulaba nti egenda mu maaso okukwatagana n'abo bonna bonna abalina different ideas, abalina enzikiriza ey'enjawulo, okulaba nti ekibiina kikula era kituukiriza ekigendererwa kyakyo lwaki kyatondebwawo. N'olw'ensonga eyo tuvuddeyo okukola statement eno nga tukkaatiriza nti ddala tugenda kubanga tutambula, nga tutambulira wamu era nga tukola ebyo bannayuganda bye batusuubiramu. Mwebale nnyo, mwebalire ddala.
Wakati wolina abawagizi b'ekibiina abaali mutemyetemyemu mu kiseera kiri nga mugamba nti ekibiina
ng'abakulembeze, obubaka bwe nnina eri abantu abafaanana bwe batyo buli bumu nti omuti guggumira mirandira. Bwe tubanga obukulembeze bw'ekibiina buli kitole ngera butunuulira okuba nti bukolagana n'abantu, obukulembeze obwamuzzaŋŋanda kiba kitegeeza nti wabeerawo essuubi ddene nti abawagizi tugenda kubakumaakuma okubazaamu essuubi tusobola okubanga enjawukana zitereera era ekibiina ne kigenda mu maaso. I want to give an assurance to the supporters that there have been a number of things that have been said to the leadership and the party at large, but we want to give them an assurance that since we have resolved these impasses, we pledge to our supporters as leaders of the party that we shall continue to work together and solidify our supporters and support for the cause of the party. Okukkaanya okubeerawo njogedde nti tuli bakulembeze ba kibiina kiba kitegeeza nti abakulembeze wabeerawo ebintu bingi. NUP kibiina kibaddewo ekibiina kikyusiza obukulembeze oba oli awo waliwo ebintu bitatambula bulungi mu kukyusa obukulembeze naye we tuba nti olwaleero tuzze tubimulungula munda muffe tuba tubimaliriza era tuba tetugenda kuba nti tusuubira nti ate gunda javaayo gavumenti siri mu mateeka
tulaye muzze muwa mwegaana nemuvayo nemwogera nga nemwogedde leero ate enkya nemukyusa birala
tetusuubira okwekyusa okulaba
ensonga gye nkugamba nti ensonga ewedde eba ekoze eki eba ewedde bino bigambo byange njagala obijje ku nze omulundi omulala bwe naaba nga nze nenkugamba ekigambo ekirala kyo nakyo kiteekanga ku nze sometimes the media reports certain things differently. We want to retaliate and say we have agreed on to the differences that we had and it is over, so we shall never have them again.